Hey guys, what's up? It's AtmPlays here, and welcome to another episode of. Actually, we're doing something new. So a lot of comments in the comment sections were asking me, Alex, how do you make your outro? Alex, how do you make your outro? Well, I am not in the position to actually make people's outros right now because I want to get more developed and whatnot. But anyway, I could teach you guys what I did to make my outro, and you could change it up a little bit. So, for the purposes of this video, I will be using all free softwares except for one. It's called Cinema 4D. It actually costs money. I'm pretty sure my friend got it for me, so I didn't have to pay for it. But so let's get into what you really need. So the first thing you need is a render of your skin. I suggest using a 3D render of your skin. That way, you kind of like represent your outro and whatnot. You also need an editing or picture editing software. I suggest using Paint.net. If you want to, you can use Photoshop. Again, I'm just going to be using free networks, so everybody can basically make an outro. And lastly, you need a video editing software that allows you to cut and shrink your videos into boxes and whatnot. So anyway, let's get started. The first thing I suggest doing is getting a 3D render of your skin. Now you can go on a website called Nova Skins. I will be leaving a link to everything that I use in the description down below. So if you ever need help or retracing what you did, just go here. And basically Nova Skins allows you to add your skin in, and then you can change it up a little bit or do whatever you want. I do not feel like actually going on it because it's a very laggy website for me at least, but you could use Nova Skins. If you don't want to use Nova Skins and you know how to use Cinema 4D, then I suggest using that. And if you still don't want to use Nova Skins, I suggest using Blender. It's also a 3D programming software that allows you to edit your skin. So anyway, let's just go here, and I'm gonna use a rig called FMR 5.0. It's a really good rig. So if I go to presets, to my presets, and FMR 5, so it's gonna load in and everything, and I'm gonna load in my character. So give it some time. It's a decent thing. And now if you see, it's all black and whatnot. We don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is first let's position him. What I'm gonna do is add some lighting. Oh, not a floor, lighting. I'm gonna add some light. I'm gonna add infinite light. That way you could see the skin and it's not all black and weird and whatnot. And then I'm gonna move it around a little bit. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Move it around, and then I'm gonna actually change my skin. So if I go like this a little bit, and we're gonna go back to objects. Click on the FMR 5 thingy, and then go to where's skins right here, and then I'm gonna change my skin. So I have a skin folder of my skins and my friend's skins and whatnot. So some rigs allow 1.8 skins, and some rigs have 1.7 skins. So I suggest knowing your rig so you know which skin to use. So this is my skin. I'm gonna make this really simple. I'm gonna speed this part up. So before doing this, I'm just going to basically explain what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make a 3D render of my guy doing whatever I want him to do on the outro picture. Because the outro is just a picture with a clip in a small confined area. So I'm just going to make a 3D render of my guy real quick. Alright guys, this is what I came up with. I could have went like a little more complicated and whatnot, but I decided just to keep it nice and simple because I'm just doing a tutorial. So after you get your 3D, oh, one quick note before I get into anything else, I just want to say if you really want to know how to do 3D renders on Cinema 4D or Blender, I suggest looking up a tutorial for the rig that I use. The guy that made it actually did a nice tutorial on it. That's how I even learned how to do this. Just look up FMR 5.0 and then you should find it. Anyway, now after you have your 3D skin, or render I should say, you want to open up your picture editing software. I like using paint.net, only because for the people that can't like afford Photoshop, because I really like using Photoshop, but this is just for free. So I just keep it like this. So once you get into paint.net, you want to open up your canvas size and go 1920 by 1080. Now the reason why we're changing the canvas size is this is the actual length of a video, the size and pixels of a video, so that's what you want to get. So after you have this, some hotkeys, some quick hotkeys is if you go control and your minus button, you actually will shrink it, and if you do control and your plus button, you'll increase the size, not the actual pixels, it's like the itself, but you will increase like how much you see. Now if you do control A, you select everything and you do delete, you'll delete that, and this is what you want. Now I suggest using a picture off of the internet. Let's say you could just type in HD Minecraft pictures and whatnot, and you could use an HD picture. Or if you just want a color, you could use this gradient tool right here with your background selected, and you could pick any colors you want. All your tools up here, so if you're ever missing it, you could just click up here. And then let's say I just use the colors green and blue. Let's say I do like that. I use my gradient tool. Now when you have a tool selected, all the options for the tool come up right here. So I guess so I could just use any of these. So if I get my gradient tool right here and I go like this and I go select the middle and then I drag, give it some time. Yeah, there it goes. I could go like this. Now if you want your ultra picture to not have an HD picture but just colors, you could do this. But for me personally, I like having the HD picture. So if I go back and I open up my libraries, I could go to my messy picture setup right here with a whole bunch of messy pictures, and we could just use this picture just for an example. Go copy, then we load you back up, and then we paste it on the background layer. Now if you realize over here to the right, we only have one layer, and that's the background layer. So if we do Control D to deselect, you'll have this. Now what we want to do next is just open up layer 2. And from this point on, you could really just customize and do whatever you really want. Just keep in mind that we're gonna have to have a box for your tutorial. Not for your tutorial, sorry. You're gonna have a box for your videos. So keep in mind that. So let's get up the render of myself, and we could go to copy, and we could go back into paint.net, and then we paste it on layer 2. And if we hold shift and drag, this keeps the dimensions and the width of the picture itself. So I suggest doing that so it doesn't look all like weird and unproportionate. So if we go like this, we could keep it like that. And then again, I'm just keeping this basically very basic and simple, only because not a lot of people know how to do this. So after doing this, what you want to do is add another layer, and you can get the select tool. Now the select tool is actually, wait, before doing that, we're gonna put our names. So we could go to this T right here is your words, and we could go here, and if I type in T myself, it's gonna bring me to my favorite font to use, and it's called Toonish. Actually, I think did I pass it? Yeah, no, I did not. Toonish right here. This is my favorite font, and then this is the size of your font. So you want to load it up. I like the color. We could just use any color. I guess we could use green, and then you could put your name. Oh god, no. Let's go here. The first color that's selected is the color that will be used. So let's just change this to blue. I feel like blue will stand out more than yes it does. AtmPlaysMc. Actually, go like that. Now, if you want to have 3D if you want like a 3D version of your name, I suggest looking at a tutorial up on how to do that, or you could use Blender. I'm just basically showing you how to do all these things and put it together. So I'll just put AtmPlaysMc right there. Again, this is not going to be the prettiest looking one, but I'm just going to keep it pretty straightforward and simple. So AtmPlaysMc right here. If you have a logo, you could put it in as well. You know, you could do whatever you want. You could customize it to your prevail. I suggest adding a subscribe button. Now I'm just going to use the subscribe button that I had that I made in my outro, if I can find it. I have just so much garbage pictures that I don't need. Where's my subscribe button? I think I might have even deleted it off on my desktop, and then I don't remember where I saved it from there. But actually, if we loaded oops, keep forgetting I can't do that. If we load in, I have a word template basically on Cinema 4D, which is basically just words. Yeah, it's just words. So here's my subscribe button. If I just save it like that, it's just gonna save at its own prevail, and then I go right here, and it should be on my desktop. Yeah, it's right here. So if I copy it and go here and go to paint.net, add a different layer. You always got to remember, if you're adding something new and you don't want it to collide, you add a different layer. So if I paste it in, it's going to be right here, and then we could have like subscribe. Actually, let's make it look a little better. So I'm going to go select this layer. This is the layer of my person. So if I shift and minimize, I could go like that. Okay, I don't want him to I don't want him to be that small, so we could bring him up a little more. And let's go like this, and there we go. Always got to Control D, and then bring, oops, let's back that up. I did not select the right layer. I wanted to move the subscribe button, so I got to go to layer 4. Bring the subscribe up here if you want to, and then bam. Now let's add in the box. This box that I'm about to add in is the box for you to put your videos in. So if I go right here and select this tool, this will select the selector tool. And actually, no, you don't even want to do that. What you want to do is click the square, circle, and triangle, and you want to make the brush width about 20. I like using 20. And then the color is the color you want for the line, could be anything you want. I'm just going to change it up a little and add purple, because why not? And then if I go right here and drag, this will be your box size. Now keep in mind, you want the box size to be about the average size of a video. You don't want to be like this or like that, or, you know, you want it to be kind of decent, the decent size of an actual video. Now this won't be perfect, no one is, but if I go like that, this will be good enough, you know, for a box size. Now what we need to do is get the video to be shown, and if we were to put it in an editing software right now, you wouldn't see the video. So what we have to do is cut this box out and make it so it's visible. So what we do is we get the magic tool, we select inside on layer 5, the layer with our box, and then you go to the background layer, and then you click delete. And at this point, you're basically done. I like adding a little finesse to my stuff. So if I go to effects, go to drop shadow, I'm on my box layer, so I'm going to add a drop shadow to my box layer, and I could make it like, I like making it black, I guess. Let's make the offset to 0, so it just goes completely around, and the winding radius to go like a little up there, and the blur radius to go a little up there, and like that. I'm going to let it load in a little bit, and yeah, we're almost done. Now we're going to make 2 saves for this. We're going to make a paint.net version and then an actual PNG version. Now the paint.net version is going to be the editable version, where you can always go back in, load it up on paint.net, and have all these layers. But if you make a PNG version, the version that you're going to be using in your outro, you cannot edit it. You just cannot edit it. It's going to flatten, and all these layers won't be here. So I suggest making 2 if you ever want to make any changes. And then we're going to go like that. And I guess we could add last video or whatever. You don't always have to do what I did. I made it so it says last video at the bottom, but you could say most popular, and then whoops, it could be like most popular video, or check out this. Yeah, I could just check out this, you know, you could do whatever and say whatever you want. And yeah, we're basically done. Again, this is not going to be the prettiest. I just wanted to keep it nice and simple. So let's Control-Shift-S to save it. Now we're going to save it as a paint.net version. I'm just going to save it on my desktop, and we're going to call it Toot outro. Toot standing for tutorial. I'm going to do editable. And we're going to put in parentheses. Now that's the first save. Now I'll give it some time, and if I go on my desktop, which I cannot do that, if I go on my desktop, there you go. Now if you notice, if I drag it around, you'll see it follows the background of the color, and that's good. That means we have a cookie cut hole. Yeah. And then if we, whoops, I keep doing that. If we go and Control Shift S again, we're gonna save it. We're gonna click this, but we're gonna save it as a PNG. Now this version will be the one you're gonna be using in your editing software, your video editing software. So we're gonna keep it like that, and we're gonna take off the editable, so we know it's not gonna be editable. Editable, that's not a real word. Editable, no, whatever. So we're gonna save it at 32-bit, and we're gonna click OK. And then flatten. Now notice how we're flattening things. This way we cannot change anything. That's why we have the Paint.net version. Now let's open up Camtasia. Now Camtasia again is a free software that you could get a 30-day free trial for, or you could purchase it for. And yeah, so this is actually what I'm gonna use to edit this video, to keep it nice and simple, because I don't feel like loading up any other softwares right now. But anyway, if I go and import media, what you want to do to make the actual outro yourself is import media. You're going to go to your desktop or wherever you saved your PNG version of your outro. And right now it says PNG image. This is the image I want. We're going to load you up right here. And then we're going to put you on track 2. Not track 1, but track 2. Now, the length of your outro is all based on you. Right now, the length of this outro is 5 seconds long. Sorry, 5 seconds. So let's make it and draw it out to like 10 seconds. 10 seconds, or yeah, 10 seconds. And then what you do is you import your video clip, the clip that you want to add in on videos, AtmPlaysMc's videos, and let's just drag in this bit random video. This was a parkour video I did, but I didn't actually upload because I didn't feel like I wanted to. Or did I upload this? I'm not sure. Maybe I did. I think I did. It doesn't matter. So let's, in your outros, you never want to hear your voice. I mean, if you do want to hear your voice, you could do that. But I like not hearing my voice, so I'll go to audio, and then make sure this goes all the way down. And then we want to split it, because if you realize the length of the video is 3 minutes long, and that's because that's the length of this. You want your outro to be 10 seconds long. So you want to drag your, I'm just going to call this the marker stick. So you want to drag the marker stick right up to there, and then with the video selected, you know it's selected when it's blue, you're going to click split or S. Then you're going to highlight the part you don't need and cut off the excess. There you go. Now you're almost done. You have one step left to do. So what you do is select the video, not the outro, but the video, and you want to minimize it into the box itself. Yeah, right there. You want to minimize it, and you basically just want to, fit it in there. And you want to get it like that, and there you go. So if I play it like that, when it's in editing software, it kind of lags a lot, but after you render it, it's gonna look nice and thin. So I'm gonna actually render it real quick, but I'm gonna add music. A lot of outros have good music, so I'm gonna go to my downloads. I'm gonna go to music, and let's just use a random song. I like this song. I use it in my survival games or Hunger Games or whatever you want to call it. I use it a lot in there. So let's find a good part where the beat drops. So let's increase this. I'm assuming the beat drops around here. Around here. It doesn't really matter, but we'll just use it like that. We'll go like this, and then we're gonna drag it all the way. Whoops. We're gonna drag it all the way back to where the outro and the video clip is. Gonna drag this there and cut off the excess as usual, and there. And at any moment, if I'm going too fast, always just slow it down and whatnot. And there you go. So that's your outro. You just made your own outro. Congratulations. You deserve a round of applause. Now to save it and render it so it looks all nice and beautiful, you do produce and share. I like always saving my things in 1080p, so we could just go over here, MP4 with Smart Play up to 1080p. Go like that. Next, and we're gonna call it Toot Outro, and bam, finish it. Should take, I'm just gonna speed this process up. Actually, before, I don't even think I need to, but just in case, I'm gonna mention a few things with this outro. Now the outro that I made just now, that's this outro is good for a long time, meaning that it's a nice simple way to just add, you know, effect to the end of your music videos and stuff. I suggest you, or music videos, to the end of your videos. I suggest getting a good song with a good drop. I didn't really pay attention to the music with this outro. It didn't really matter to me, but just, you know, do what you want, you know, customize it. All you need to know is just to remember to make a cutout box version, and then you could customize everything else as long as it's in the dimensions of this 1920 by 1080, and then you're all good. You just do whatever you want with that at that point. And what else do I want to mention? I also want to mention there's many other ways to do this. This is just the freest and easiest way to make this. I am not by any means a professional at this. I am not skilled to the point where I should be making money off of this. I'm not even trying to make money off of this. All I'm trying to do is just make an outro and show you guys how to do it, you know, based on what I did. Again, this is gonna look like poop only because it didn't really matter to me. It's just, I just wanted to get something out for you guys, and you guys can make it amazing. If you did learn how to make an outro yourself, definitely send me your outro and what it looks like. I want to know what you guys did and how well I taught you guys. So anyway, if we go over here, we go to my video, oh, here they are. These are my videos. If we go up here, Camtasia video, and we look for the T-Toot outro, we'll load that in. This is the tutorial outro. Load this bad boy up and let's see what we get. Give it some time. Everything's slower when you're recording. Alright, here we go. It's gonna load up. There we go. Up. Whoops. Let me start that from the beginning again. And play. Now, if you're wondering, Alex, how come in that in your clip there, your guy was barely moving? Well, in that specific video, I was talking at that moment with my thingy, so that's why I didn't really was moving. But if you did everything right and you added in the proper clip, your outro should look amazing. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this tutorial video. If you want me to do any more tutorial videos on anything else, I probably won't know how to do it because I'm only good at making outros. But if you want me to do tutorial videos on how to make like 3D renders and whatnot, I'll try to do that. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Definitely leave a like and comment down below. And always remember, #KMO, keep mining on. Peace.